history of the week. We get some little bit of wayward facts for you from back in time.
Yeah.
Nothing too boring, nothing, no Battle of Hastings. Like
No,
that.
bollocks.
Nothing you did in school.
Nothing important.
No, never has been important.
No.
Just something a little bit interesting, a little bit, off-piece, as it were. This week, in 1984, which is a fucking fair old way back now, mate.
Was I born in 1984?
We were about 6 then.
Don't give it away.
Or 7 or 8.
Yeah, could have been, yeah.
Or 9.
Or 2.
Terminator, the original Terminator.
Oh, yes.
Arnie was released. Absolute classic film, and I think modern sci-fi owes so much to Terminator.
Oh, massively.
It's unreal.
Yeah, absolutely. Love that movie. I mean, it was such a clever concept as well. With not that you need explaining to you. If you haven't watched Terminator, you shouldn't be walking around basically. But if you have been living in a box for the past, God, how many years is that? 37? No, 35.
36.
Oh my God. Yeah, that long ago. Christ.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's so long. It's obviously about Sarah Connor and a woman who is living in 1984, and a machine from the future comes back to kill her because her unborn son is about to become the leader of the resistance against the machines, which like we were talking about with Microsoft's contract with the Jedi program. Maybe it's all unfolding.
Skynet is real.
Skynet's coming, yeah. And but yeah, great film. And do you know what? I watched it again recently in the past few weeks. Still stands up, It does. And also so much so now because there's such a retro feel now with the 80s, especially that Stranger Things and all that. Actually, it's got a whole new relevance again.
Yeah.
So you're watching now that opening music, especially where like Kyle Reese is running through the streets at the beginning with chased by the police when he comes through the portal and he goes into that department store and there's that.
Yeah, it was that mad synth.
Yeah. But that's just Stranger Things, isn't it? But that's what people are really latched onto now.
That's because they're targeting us.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Them lot now from 80s, they're probably, they're a bit older now. They've probably got a few quid.
No, I've not got that.
Let's target them. Trigger the old nostalgia and get them to buy our stuff.
Yeah, that's very true. But it does breathes whole new life into that movie. Well, no, Arnie were brilliant in that, and yeah, it was great.
It was a perfect film for him because he hardly spoke.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think early on in his career, he developed really well into sort of a good. He is a good actor now, but I think at the time that even if he didn't have many speaking parts, you can't imagine. He was perfect for that because he was menacing. He looked great, didn't he? Let's face it. He was a big fucker, wasn't he?
Yeah.
At the time, massively well-built guy, and it was just a great, but quite a dark film as well. You forget how because I watched Terminator 2 again very quickly after, and I love Terminator 2 Judgment Day. I love it. I think it's a fantastic film. It's a brilliant film, but they did try and inject a lot of humour into it.
Yeah.
And not that saying it wasn't well placed, it was, but it showed when you watch the original The Terminator in '84, what we're talking about, you realise how much darker it was.
It was borderline horror film.
It was borderline horror film. That's a great point. Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
And when you said Arnie's perfect for that, I couldn't agree more. There were a couple of other candidates. O.J. Simpson.
Oh God, no, I couldn't imagine that. Shit.
O.J. Simpson was apparently a front runner, and Mel Gibson turned it down.
Yeah, you see, Mel Gibson, I could sort of. Because we don't know any different, do we? I mean, if Mel Gibson had got it, or even if O.J. Simpson had got it, wouldn't have known any different.
No.
He'd have been the Terminator. But no, I can't see
Definitely not.
it. Maybe Mel Gibson though. I was saying earlier, weren't we? When we were researching that. Of all of them, I could actually see Mel Gibson pulling it off. Not literally. I mean, just yeah. I don't have any twisted. It's all right. Yeah, I don't have any twisted fantasies, but I could see him as the Terminator.
I could have seen him more in 2 as a T-1000.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
as much as Robert Patrick owned it, I could have seen him doing that.
He were good at
Yeah. I think it was Ernie's bulk that made him more frightening. You know what I mean?
Because he was a more basic model Terminator.
Yeah.
It'd be easier to, like, he filled that because he was. If you were going to build a killing machine, you'd make it big, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Whereas when they developed the T-1000, because it was like liquid metal, he could be sleeker and quicker, more like a cat, weren't he, Robert Patrick?
Yeah.
In that, and it was great having that contrast of the older model, especially in them scenes where they're twatting each other in the Galleria at the beginning, when John Connor, because John Connor thinks that Arnie's come to kill him. He got the roses under his arm, and he pulls out the shotgun, and he cocks it, doesn't he? Cool as fuck, man. And then the roses fall on the floor, and Robert Patrick stood there with a gun. Get down, and he drops, and he was like, boom, 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 boom. Brilliant, isn't it?
There's a little trivia bit in there. I'll see if I can remember it, because you get a little. You're talking about something, you think, oh,
yeah.
Do you know the bit where Arnie gets flung through the window and he lands on his back?
Yeah.
There's a chap there
with the camera.
The camera.
Yeah. He's just like taking loads of shots.
And he looks dead surprised.
Yeah.
Because he's in the original Terminator.
Is he?
Yes.
I never knew that.
It was.
Oh my god.
I can't remember what character he was, but he was in the original Terminator, and apparently the look of shock on his face is because
he recognised
not because he's coming through the window and think, oh shit, it's him again.
Oh no way!
I would have to look it up.
Oh,
I can't remember who he was in Terminator.
So it's like
that was the
wow.
That was the link between the films.
Little Easter egg there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I never knew that.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine we weren't one of the punks or anything, was it? On the word that what's his face? But what's his name? He died recently, didn't he?
Bill Paxton.
Yeah, he died, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He was one of the dudes, wasn't he?
Yeah.
By the telescope.
What's wrong with this picture? Yeah.
Was he one of them?
He was, mate. Yes.
No,
yeah.
was this dude?
No, this dude. I don't know. He might possibly.
We'll
yeah,
have to find that out.
But yeah, I remember reading that. Yeah.
Brilliant. I love stuff like
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. That.
The bit it always made me laugh. I mean, it was shit for '84. The bit where he's operating on his own eye.
But they did. It was. They did. It pulled it off, didn't it?
Just about.
Yeah. The bit I love as well, talking about horror movies, was the bit where he does his. Where Kyle Reese does his flashback when he falls asleep in the car, and he goes to the underground bit where the humans are surviving.
Yeah.
And stuff, and then the Terminator, the dogs start barking. Yeah. The Terminator turns around, and he's got two red eyes, like that, and he's all dark, and he's just got the massive gun. And then he just, because that's like very scary, isn't it? They managed to do that. James Cameron.
Yeah.
Managed to capture that. Well, you're right what you said. It's like a horror element to the original movie, which I must admit was lost in the second one, but it was so good in other ways, wasn't it?
It had to move on, didn't it?
Yeah.
They couldn't have done it as dark.
No.
Because they wouldn't have been able to have got the characters of the young John Connor and another little twist. If you actually watch Terminator 2 again, they actually filmed it. Obviously, a lot of films are all out of sequence. When you watch a film, they don't shoot it from. Yeah. If you notice, do you know when they go to the desert to see Sarah Connor's mate?
Enrique,
that's it. Yeah.
Enrique.
Next time you watch it, watch how short Ed Furlong is.
All right.
Because of his age, he was growing quickly because he was like puberty age. And the desert scene where they get all the weapons, that was one of his first scenes.
Really? Wow.
They had to digitally lower his voice by 2 octaves because he was so squeaky compared to the rest of the movie.
Jesus.
But he's visibly shorter in that sequence, which is later on in the film.
Wow. That's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. I suppose they have to do that because they filmed over a long period of time,
Oh yeah, some can take months and months, years even.
Yeah, really. Absolutely unreal. But not great. But we had some pictures to see that, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
In the cinema, so I'm showing our age there. But we weren't 18, by the way.
No.
But we went to. We shouldn't have gone, but we did go to. It was such a great movie though at the time.
Bear in mind, we looked 22, we were 12.
yeah, we looked like this when we were 12. Yeah, absolutely. But no, great film, great franchise. It's had its ups and downs since, various ones and stuff like that. But
I liked Salvation.
Yeah, I did, because it was brave enough to be different.
Yeah.
They took a bit of a risk on that one.
Yeah.
And I always like Bale anyway.
I love Christopher.
Yeah, I do. He's awesome. Yeah, he's apparently he's an absolute method.
Yeah,
actor.
freak.
Yeah, he's a monster apparently. But
Rise of the Machines I wasn't too enamoured about. It was watchable. The fella that played John Connor, that just got on my tits. It was like a whiny...
Yeah. It was better. I think it's better than history remembers it, though.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds bloody philosophical, isn't it?
No, I like the bit when they're in the army base and that, and Skynet switches on.
Yeah.
And all the machines switch on themselves.
Yeah, it's good, yeah. Is that the one with the female Terminator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we do mean, yeah. And I love the bit at the end, towards the end where Arnie, is it Arnie that, is it Arnie that does it? Something with they trick them to go to the...
I drunk Clyde or whatever it is.
Yeah,
like
but it's
that,
not, it's just a place where they know they'll be safe, so they survive.
Yeah.
And they get there and there's like all this old stuff in
there.
Yeah,
the old nuclear bunker. Yeah,
and they tell them, oh, you've got to go there and they'll be able to save...
Yeah.
Stop it from happening, and it never was. And he just sent them there because it's the only place they could survive. Yeah, I thought it was clever. Yeah.
Genesis was shit.
I didn't mind that. So
no,
much.
Mate,
I
can't stand it.
Yeah.
Didn't like it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about this Dark Fate one. I'll give it a go.
Got to give it a whirl, haven't we? Yeah, because Linda Hamilton's in it. You got to give her a chance.
We'll give it a go.
Yeah, we will give it a go. Yeah, but yeah, great franchise. And been a part of our lives since Dot, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of them things, you forget that. It's sometimes movie franchises, Star Wars is the same, isn't it? It's with you for your entire life. Not just like, it's such a part of culture, isn't it? It's mad.
Well, the fact that we know all the weird little bits about it, it's just strange.
Massively influential.
We went off on one of them, so I think we better just do the one history of the week this week.
Yeah.
We're going to run out of space like we nearly did last week.
But it deserves its place.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Good stuff.
Right, that concludes History of the Week. So we'll move on, eh?
Yeah, and now it's time for something completely different. It's time for this.